Welcome to Heavy Metal Monday.
Hey, it's Micah Pagone coming here live from Varsity House Gym. Welcome back to another edition of Heavy Metal Monday. Okay guys, so today I'm going to bring you what I do with some of my baseball, my football athletes, really all my athletes, okay? And it's going to be 3 of one of my most popular grip exercises and form exercises that I do here. Really for any sport, for the most part, grip and your hand strength is very essential to the sport that you play. Obviously, mostly with baseball and football players, but basketball players, hockey players, you go down the line, most contact, most sports, tennis players, to have the power and the hand strength and the wrist and the forearms is very important. So I'm going to take you guys through 3 of basically one of my most popular exercises I do here with all my athletes for grip and forearms and hand strength and wrist strength. Okay, and make sure you stay tuned at the end of my show for my heavy metal album of the week. Let's do it. Okay guys, so there you got it. Those are 3 of my most popular grip and form exercises that I do. You saw the first one is what I call a pinch grip deadlift. What I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to maintain my grip on the 45-pound bumper plates. It's better off if you have bumper plates. If you have bumper plates, use those if you have them in the gym. We're trying to create what's called a pinch grip. So I don't really want to grab it like that. I want to close it like almost like a claw kind of action with my hand. So depending on how strong your athlete is, you can use 15s to 25s, 35s, 45s, and usually I like to do like a little circuit, so I'll do that with some type, maybe with a sledgehammer hit or an ab exercise, just to get a good way to get some of that grip in. So that's a pinch grip deadlift. Second thing you saw is what I call plate rotations. Usually I do that for time, so you saw I had my feet spread out a little bit, just in case, you want the athlete to spread their feet out, just in case the plate goes a little bit on. You don't want their feet underneath the plate. So I had my feet spread out a little bit, and I was trying to pinch grip as much as I can, a little bit harder to pinch grip that. And you see my rotations were very choppy on it, and I usually do it for time. We'll go 15 seconds in one direction, and then you saw I switched to the other direction. So usually I do 30 seconds, 15 one way, 15 the other way. And then the last one you saw is kind of an old school one, PVC pipe, got a rope hanging from it. I clipped it up to a plate. Usually 5s to 10s for most athletes will be good enough. If you rope it up to a kettlebell, it makes it even a bit harder because that bottom part of the kettlebell is laying heavier than, the handle's thin, but then the bottom part, so it makes it a little bit heavier because the weight's very bottom heavy. So, choose what weight you want to do with your athletes, make sure it's the correct weight. But you saw there, I did one way towards my body where I rotate it going towards my body, and then I let it down going away from my body. And then the next round, I brought it up coming away from my body and brought it down coming towards my body. So try to switch up the variations how you do that. It's just about blood flow, getting blood flow to the forearms, blood flow to the biceps, keeping your wrist and hand nice and strong, keeping those fingers nice and strong. It's very important for most athletes to be doing this, and it carries over to all the other things. You want them to overhead press, you want them to do push-ups. You see a lot of inconsistencies when you do push-ups. Oh, my wrist hurt. They do rack push-ups, their wrists are bending too much. Barbell, their hands are being bent too much. So you want the wrist, that joint to be nice and strong, forearms, biceps, so you want to be able to get some blood flow. Really cool way. She'll throw it into a cool circuit. Those are some great exercises. Use them for yourself, use them for your athletes, and they won't be disappointed. Okay guys, let's move on to my heavy metal album of the week, and today we're going to do one of my all-time favorite bands, and that band is called Godsmack. I've talked a lot about Godsmack on this show. Sully Erna, their lead singer, is definitely one of my most favorite frontmen in any heavy metal band. Godsmack's been kicking butt since about 1998, and the album we're going to do is their second album they came out with. Is called Awake. Godsmack's Awake album, to me, is right next to their first album, which they came out, which is their self-titled album. I believe that their self-titled album was their best album. That was their first album they did. I know a lot of Godsmack fans will kind of disagree and say Faceless. Even though Faceless is a fantastic album, I still think their self-titled album. But today we're going to feature their second album they came out with, is Awake. And Awake has some really great songs like Greed and Vampires and Mistakes, and really, really cool album. Really love that album a lot. Sully Erna is still doing things on his own. He just came out with a new solo album called Hometown Life. All around, they're one of my all-time favorite bands. He's one of the best frontmen, I think, of all time in any heavy metal band. So the band, Godsmack, the album is Awake. Make sure you check out that album. Make sure you check out those grip exercises. That's it for me here, guys, today. If you have any questions for me, get them to me as soon as you possibly can. You can check me out here at varsityhousegym.com. I'll see you guys all next week. And until then, stay heavy.